Welcome to Copperhead Kustoms. We're about to take this $50 tray and turn it into this. If you want to see how I did it, you need to stick around. So, we bought this tray for 50 bucks. And I don't know what it was off, or maybe a model tea bucket, maybe a tea bucket. It was a really weird shape looking thing, and it didn't fit this, and we have made it fit it. And we made it fit it for zip, right? So we basically used all the metal that was in it. So we cut it up, we widened it, we cut bits out, we got it really low to the ground and everything. I think we added these two pieces here, this piece and, no, just this piece. Oh, maybe one at the front. Is all we sort of added into it. So, you know. Then we found a couple of road signs we had laying around. We've actually boxed the front in. And in the last one we boxed the front in and we made this beautiful piece of woodwork. What we are about to do now is continue this. We are about to make a floor in here out of wood, and my harebrained little brain has come up with, we are going to make a wooden hard lid for the top. So the plan is we're going to put a piece here that's going to be fixed. We're going to hinge this front piece that way, and then we're going to make a slatted wooden hard lid that will lift up from the back. And we'll see how technical we get. We may even put it on gas struts. So, sit back, get comfortable, and let's see how good we can make this thing look. You may be surprised. So, our first step is we're going to grab this. This was the stand that this tub, tray, bed, whatever you want to call it, different in every country, isn't it? This was the stand that this came on. Okay, so you can see how much it's bigger now. See, it was a tiny little thing. Okay, now this is a piece of that metal, so we're going to chop that up because we don't need it. It's galv, but so what? And we're going to weld a couple bits together, and the plan is we're going to run a piece across the back here somewhere. I don't know, maybe we'll go off of this corner piece to get a bit of strength there, but we're just going to weld it onto the sheeting because this sheeting is pretty thick. So yeah, we can pretty much go wherever. Even if we just went there, it would be fine because that is thick. But I think we'll go back there and we'll run one at the front there across. So we'll have two of them. So we're going to use these boards here and we're going to run them vertically. Okay. Now they don't look much at the moment, but they will when I finish. So, as you know, well if you don't, if you're new, we do everything as cheap as we possibly can. So, I don't even know what these were, like a pallet type thing, but we're repurposing them anyway. So once again, this will be free and free and free. So, first things first, let's chop a bit of that up so we can get a bit. Because it's galv, what I like to do is we will grind a little bit back quickly. We'll weld them up. We'll make some longer pieces. We'll get them in here. We'll grind a bit of paint off. We'll weld them into there. And yeah. All right, stop talking. Let's get some work done. that's what we're going to do there. There's enough space, there's a tiny little bit of space on the side here where we can push them a little bit tighter. We'll end up with tiny little gaps where we could look at maybe getting like a little piece of angle or a little T piece aluminium and put little tiny strips in. But we'll see about that. I'm not overly concerned about it, to tell you the truth. But yeah, we probably could, to do it on the cheap, to get that look, I would say that just a little piece of angle, a little bit of aluminium angle, you know, like a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch angle, and throw it all just by a mil or two and throw it in between each piece, and it would give us that look of the, you know how they do them, all fancy. It will give us that look for next to nothing. So anyway, these now have to come out in a minute, and we'll hit them with the flat disc, just scudge them up a little bit, take this, you know, that film off the top. Then we'll do the same. We'll stain them with the red oak stain. We'll probably have to go get a new one. I think we'll stain them, then we'll put them back in, and we'll varnish them in when they're in, so I don't have to touch them. We'll screw all this stuff down later. We won't screw anything down yet because we're probably going to mount that fuel tank in underneath, I think. Sort of what I'm leaning towards at this stage. So our next step will be to use these ones, and we will cut the ends off. So cut them to the length, and we'll start laying them across here. So we'll have one, this one here we're going to bolt in, I think, and this will be our hinged one that we hinge off for our little box, what do you call that, storage box lid, and our hard lid that we're going to make here. So I think we'll cut all of these up. Hopefully you've seen all of that. So you just got to feast your eyes. Feast your eyes. So what we did. What did we do? Let's sit down and have a chat. Alright, so over here we sprayed water. Then we did some random paints. Alright, some grey, some cream, some bit of blue, there's a bit of red, bit of brown, there's all whatever we had lying around. And we kept spraying water. Spray water, paint, spray water, paint, spray water, paint. Okay, everywhere. Then we hammer it with water at the end to like get rid of some of it. Okay, then we sprayed it with acid. We actually gave this a little scrub because I thought there was a bit too much paint on there, so we gave that a little bit of a with the Scotch-Brite, and well, that's what we've ended up with. So now we've had the acid on, and now the acid's starting to rust. It's working its magic, as you can see. Then we've come across the back. We didn't put as much paint across the back. We only did a couple of little random areas. Bit more misty on the back. Now, as you can see, the little white tish bits, they're little snippets of the filler that are still left. And it's all been sprayed with the acid. Right, so you spray it with the acid, or brush it on with the acid. We actually brushed it on across the back here. It's not the greatest light across there. And the same on here. We did less paint over here, left more in bare metal on this side. And we painted the acid on. And then we went off and left the acid on for a little bit. Then you come back, and I just came back because I couldn't be bothered bringing the hose in. I just came back with the sprayer with water in it and rinsed off all the acid. Right, so that's just hydrochloric acid. So what you use for your pool or your spa bath or whatever, it's just, that's all it is. So, you know, I don't know if you've seen, but I was putting my t-shirt over my mouth because it's a little bit nasty to breathe in. So you spray it off with water, and then within half an hour it's starting to rust up. So as you can see, that pillar over there, that one there's really starting. This one here's starting, and it has like a bit of a, it's got the rust, but there's a bit of a greenish, like weirdish hue in the metal as well. As you can see down here, there's all sorts of stuff happening down here, stains and drips, and like this is gonna look good. Now, if you look on the cab, this is what we did on the cab here. So this was just bare metal. And look how that, so see, it will go from that, it will turn darker, it will get darker. So as you see on the top here, all of this was all done, okay? So it will darken up. And in there, as you can see, and we'll see we've got like lines and drips and all sorts of weird stuff happening. So I think this is gonna look pretty damn good. So we'll leave it like this. We'll just let it do work its magic. If we want a bit more, we may shoot a bit of a vinegar salt mix around as well. But I basically think this will now go how I want it. So as you can see, that's across there, that's months worth of rust. And it's done that in basically 10-15 minutes. So yeah, when the acid's on, it won't actually do the rust. It actually clears it back. So if you were to, it kind of strips it clean, and then you hit it with the water, wash the acid off, and then it comes. So look at that, like you already see it's different colors are happening in there, and like, so this is gonna look pretty cool, I think. And seeing that we've left little bits of, you know, where it hasn't gone all the way quite back to bare metal, those bits should just give this some badass texture and make it look pretty funky. So what we also did is we painted, just really roughly squirted the inside in that black. Didn't mask up nothing, just zhoosh that. And then we went and stained all our boards. Or have I even spoken about it since that? So our boards we just chopped up and notched in. I think we have, haven't we? And I said we may get some little aluminium strips in the gaps. So yeah, we went and gave these the red oak stain, and it is now slathered with one coat of marine spar varnish. And drop your thoughts what you think. I know what I think. That looks absolutely insane, guys. I think we have turned this tub into something special. That looks really, really, really nice, I think. Now, the next step is, I just want to give our little trapdoor a wipe. It's got some rubbish on it. We'll sit that back on. Then we'll bring our all our other slats out that are out there, that are all stained, and we will lay them down and give them a coat of varnish as well. But before I did that, I thought I'd quickly call in and just show this off, because it looks insane. Now if we can, we're going to have to push the car out, I think, tomorrow and get some really good shots. I think we're on a winner with this tub. I think we're on a winner with the tub. Alright. Let's get back to work. Alrighty then. So it is the next day. As you can, hopefully you can see this piece here. It's really starting to get some nice rust colour into it. Same on this strip over on this side. That's probably not showing it up on camera as good. The side over here is really starting to look pretty cool. I'll show you that a bit later. Yeah, it's actually looking pretty good, guys. I'll push it outside later. So the rust, like I've said, the rust will keep developing and get a bit darker. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. So anyway, what we're going to do at the moment is I'm decided I'm going to put these two straps down. Now I've only got two of these. I think we're just going to mount them along there like that. And I think we'll flip it, and I'll put two strips of wood on the other side. So we're just going to use some tech screws to screw this in, and we will go from there. So I won't bore you with that too much. We'll just get a tape measure and we'll just set this up. About 360, just over here, about there. We'll go to the edge of this. 360 to there, 360, somewhere there, pretty good. Stick another one down the very end, and then we'll just run along and through one of these in each. This is just more of a decorative piece. Just make sure they're nice and tight. So this is more just of a decorative piece, and we'll put some a strength piece in underneath. That's probably pretty nasty for your ears, wasn't it? 360 we said, about there. There. Alright, so I'll zush along and screw one of them in each timber, then we'll flip it We'll put a piece of wood underneath, find some other bolts or whatever to hold that together. We'll also look at something to bolt this piece in. We'll find our hinges, what we've got for them, and yeah. Rooney. So we're getting a bit fancy now. Got my fancy pants on. What we are doing is we're putting some gas struts on it. Oh, I'm a little bit chuffed because it's going to work. So we've got one sitting there, as you can see. Took a little bit of stuffing around trying to work out where to put it. But basically, we've measured the length of it, subtracted the stroke of our cylinder, then measured from where we've mounted this end forward, giving us a point, say here. We've then measured that from there to the end there, from there to there. Hopefully you're seeing all that. Are you seeing all that? Yeah. From there to there. Then we've then taken that measurement and transferred it onto from here to here. And it's given us where to mount this end, and it works a treat. So what we're going to do is just mount the other side quickly and have it the same. So it's 310 from there. So we've done it a little bit, yeah, you know how we do. A wouldn't say dodgy, but a little bit just easy. We'll just drill through the side here. Throwing it through. These were off of, I've got a heap of these are off of Swift, of course. So we've just thrown this bolt through here, boom, and then we've screwed the plate up here onto there, like so, boom boom, easily peasily. The only thing we've got to do is find a nut, so I'll quickly go find a nut and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alrighty, we are back. So, got our nut, get the drill happening. Drill in here, say there, yeah, about there, yeah. Got him in there. Do him. Like so. Way. Now we have on the bottom here, looks like 200 pretty much on the dot to the bottom. Something like that. We'll go get 2 tech screws. Alrighty, so that is going to go like so, and there's our spot, so we'll stick that in there, and that one there. And there it is. Oh, no, I think that's pretty cool. Now remembering, well, that's if you even know. Right, so I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that square petrol tank now. I've changed my mind on what I'm using. And it's going to be mounted underneath the tray here. Okay, in the back. So we've got that rear bar in the chassis that runs across, which is like a protectant bar for it and everything. So it's going to mount down in there. So what we're going to do is the filler spout is just going to be drilled into this floor, sticking up, the little filler spout. Okay, is what I'm thinking. So we're going to have to open this to get to our tank. And like, check that out. Hey, how cool's that? Then boom. That is, oh, that's awesome, guys. That is absolutely awesome. Like I said, I've got tons of these. If they ever blow out, I'll just get a new set. That's really cool. We'll look at this. We may scuff this down and give this a coat. We'll see how we feel later on. But there we go. So what we've done is we have made our, we'll zoom you up, boom. What we've done is we've put 3 hinges on our front little cabinet, and we've put our 2 little door handles. So there's that. Now we haven't hydro-strutted this one because that's, you know, I don't think we need it on this one at this stage. We'll have a think, I suppose, but yeah, I don't think we need it on here. I can't really see the point. So we've got our nice little cabinet in there, which, you know, we can put our jack in, and, you know, we might have a little tool kit. We might even throw our battery in yet, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll put a little tools and a funnel and all that malarkey can sit in this. I think that'll be cool. And we've got our 2 little handles either side, boom boom. Now at this stage we're just letting the weight do it. Then we've put our gate type hinges on. Now what we will do is we'll go through all of these heads and we'll give them all a little bit of paint. Now, so this piece here is then screwed into the tub. We've used our gate hinges on this piece. So now we've got these on here, they're more for decoration. Underneath we have a piece of wood that runs front to back, that's all screwed down. So that is solid as now, strong and solid. And we've put the same little door handles on the back of this. And like check that out. And then we've got our tray, I suppose, our floor inside the bed, which we've used these vertical, or front to back fatter pieces for. Now this has only had one coat of the marine spar, so it will have another coat of varnish put on, and as you can see in places it's a little bit matte. This stuff will go so high gloss it will be jaw dropping. But that, I don't know what you guys are thinking about this, but I think it is looking absolutely beautiful. Now we'll just move you back and see if you can pick up a bit of that rust as well. Now, like, hey, I don't know. Put you over here in the corner, see if you can get a good look from over here. Hey now, I don't know. What do you reckon about that? What do we think about that? The back is all texturing up really good. It's got dark, light, rust, everything. So the rust is going to, like I said, the rust is going to rust. That doesn't need any latching. That is heavy as that. It's not bouncing. It's not going to do anything. I'm going to stand back and have a look at this. I think that's nice. I think that looks nice. I think we have excelled, absolutely excelled on this. Yes, I'm very, very chuffed with that now. Like I've said, the rust is going to get a lot darker in places. It is starting, like here, it's starting to get darker. There's a spot over there, it's darkening up. There's some in here that's darkening up. I'll show you all in a minute. As you can see on the existing cab, how dark it is there. So it's only at day, what's this, the second day since we acided it. So it's working, it's magic as we speak. So the only thing left on the tray now is to actually just weld the mounts onto the chassis for it, which I don't really want to do just yet. And we've got to do the tank. Now the other thing is we haven't screwed the floor in here down yet, because the same, we want to be able to make some sort of a framing for that fuel tank in underneath. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, I'm actually really happy with that. That's cool. Rooney. Next is the nose cone. If you look at the top of the nose cone, see the big dome on it, and if you look at the top of the roof, it's a lot flatter. So my plan is to chop this and try to flatten this out a little bit. So I'm thinking of chopping it down the middle and then like dollying this in and getting a bit of that curvature out and flattening it out a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. I don't mind the curve here. I just want to flatten see the top there, just flatten that out a little bit so it's more, okay, that's my plan. Then I think we're going to hammer a rib and weld a rib in. That's what I'm thinking with that. Now also, we need to come up with something for this gap in our grill. And we also have to chop it up and get it in position and mounted. So that is our next step. But you're going to have to wait till the next episode because we are not starting that today. So, recapping, beautiful tray. Tray is absolutely beautiful. We've got our nice wooden floor. Hard lid. Front cupboard. Gas struts. Hey, how cool. Look. Oh, there we go. Boom. There it is. That was very loud, I gather. Anyway, there it is. And that's cool. I think it's really cool. We got our front one. Front one. Boom. The back one works on gas struts. Maybe we'll do this a bit nicer, hey? Lift it up. Boom. Gotta be careful, it wants to tip on me again. Let's give it a little shunt. We've got to get this mounted. Alright, so drop your comments on that. Hey? Anyway, with that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget our live shows. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can interact with us all. And we'll see you in the next one.